Hello, and a very warm welcome to another one of SCCOE's world-famous training videos. Today we're going to walk you through a new platform we've created called the Timesheet Interface Portal. In an effort to reduce the amount of paper that you use in order to get all these timesheets in, we created this platform, and we want to introduce you to some of the specific views that are available with this series today. So we're going to start with an employee view of what this timesheet interface portal looks like. But if you continue in the series, you'll see the reviewer role, you'll see the approver role, you will see the payroll technician's view, and you will also see the district admin's view. So without further ado, let's take a look at the employee view. Something to note about this view is that no matter what role you are logged in as, every employee will have this employee view. So if someday you become a reviewer, you will also have an employee view. An approver will have an employee view, all the way up to a district manager. Every role in the timesheet system will see this screen at some point. So when an employee logs in to see the timesheet interface portal, they will typically see their timesheets located here on this timesheet list. In this case, the employee has never created a timesheet before, which is why we're getting this message here. So let's go ahead and show you what it looks like to create a new timesheet. Note that the name and employee ID are pre-filled and assigned by a manager. There are quite a few other boxes here that can be changed. For example, showing if the shift includes overtime or the site name. If an employee works multiple shifts at different locations, they can specify here which site they were working at. Non-required categories include the position number, the position name, and the field that says substituted for. The two required fields will be manager's email and the timesheet name. If an employee does not fill out these two categories, an error message will pop up and you'll be unable to submit your timesheet. So we'll go ahead and enter Jim Correa's name as our manager and title this My First Timesheet. I hope that gave you a laugh for today. So once we have named our timesheet, we'll scroll down and enter the dates and times that we worked. Note that there is not an option to add lunch, so the workaround is that we can add multiple entries using the Add Row feature. For this example, let's say traffic was really bad, so we start work at 2 p.m. Then we get a text from someone in the office saying the line in In-N-Out is shorter than it's ever been and they're giving away free hamburgers. So we go out to lunch at 4 p.m. When we get back, we get a solid hour of work in before the food coma hits and it's time to head home. So we clock our time around 6 p.m. We also won the lottery in this scenario and don't need to work for more than 3 hours. Beside each row, you'll notice a box that's empty for additional information. This comment box is specific to this particular date and time that you're submitting as an employee. It's best utilized to write down any comments that are useful to the reviewer. For example, any kind of projects that were worked on, who approved overtime if overtime was used, or if you worked on a different site. We know that some managers and districts ask for specific documentation to go with their timesheets, and there is a spot right here where you can attach those supporting files. Towards the end of the page, you'll notice another blank box to add a comment. If you want to add a general comment about the timesheet you are submitting, not one specific to the date and time being submitted like these boxes here, the box below is designed to leave a comment for the reviewer about the general timesheet being submitted. So in this case, I'll write, I am doing this timesheet for the first time. And then we will add new comment here. Once we've added the comment, we can either save this timesheet for later if we aren't done yet, or we can accept the changes we made and submit the timesheet to go to the reviewer. Once submitted, you'll get this lovely green notification which shows the timesheet has been submitted and is awaiting approval. Now when we click on the timesheet list from before, the timesheet we just created will show up with a timesheet ID. You'll see the name of the timesheet, the date it was created, the site of the employee, the manager name, and the status will show as pending approval. To the right of there, you can click on this hyperlink to view the timesheet. Note that you will not be able to make any changes at this stage, but you can see what you submitted, and at the bottom of the page, you can see who is due to approve the timesheet next. In this case, it is the one and only Cindy Tran. Now you might be wondering, if you go to review your timesheet and you see something was submitted incorrectly, what to do at this point. In this case, reach out to the reviewer listed to ask them to reject the timesheet. Once the timesheet is rejected, you can submit a new one, or when it's rejected, you'll have an option to edit the timesheet and resubmit it. Let's take a look at what this would look like after Cindy rejects the timesheet. You'll notice the status of the timesheet has changed from awaiting approval to being fully rejected. And because of this, the options to the right of that timesheet have changed from just being able to view it to being able to edit or delete the timesheet. In this case, we just want to edit it, so we're going to go ahead and click on that, edit our timesheet. And if we scroll down just a little bit further, there'll be a note from Cindy saying why she rejected the timesheet in the first place. In this case, we were just doing it as an example. Cindy denied it to test that feature, and we're going to save this timesheet as is and go ahead and submit it. Now the corrected timesheet goes back into a state of pending approval by the reviewer. Lastly, we want to show you one more feature. If the employee is curious about what is happening with their timesheet, if it's gone through already a reviewer or an approver or where it is in the chain of command, they can log in, view the timesheet, scroll to the bottom of the timesheet and see who it's been approved by, on what date, as well as who is next in the approval process. And that, friends, concludes our session on the employee view of the timesheet interface portal. Stay tuned to learn a little bit about the reviewer's side of things.